Guys, this is Sean from S.Byrne Graphics. Oh, today I'm going to be taking you through a Cinema4D tutorial. It is going to be absolutely amazing. It's how to model in Cinema4D. I've got a few requests asking me to show you how to model, so I thought to myself, what could I create that is going to be, half decently simple, but yet shows you all the basic principles of modeling. And I come up with this. Yeah, if for those of you who watch Underworld, I've just seen a recent trailer that come out and it looks amazing, and I sort of took this fit in modeling like Underworld stuff. So I thought to myself that I would do the luminous bullet that's in Underworld, to show you guys how to do a bit of modeling. So we can get started on that pretty quickly. So we go File and New, and we go up here to our render settings, and we go down here to Effect, Global Illumination, and click High, and then I'm gonna be using Grayscale Gorilla's set. For any that don't have it, go to my graphics pack video and download the graphics pack. It has so much more stuff, and it's completely worth it. So please go ahead and do that. It doesn't take that long to download, so yeah, and you'll have a lot more stuff to work with, like textures and things as well. So we'll go here to our box, and we'll go to oil tank, and we're going to be working on the luminous part of the bullets first, and we're going to be working on the height, and we'll bring our segments down, our height segments down to about 2 in the middle. And what we'll do now is we'll reduce the height of the actual object to about 300 centimeters. So 35 in radius, 300 on the height, and 3 segments, with a cap height of 25 centimeters. We want to increase that actually to give you that nice bit of a round. So 35 on the cap height. So we'll go over here to our switch from it switches from like a polygon to an editing mode. So if I go over here down to vertices, it will give you a load of these wee dots. This there, what you call vertices, for those that don't know. Vertices are used to manipulate polygons just like it would be for faces, and we'll go through that in a wee second. Okay, and if you go up here, you've got a couple of these here tools. What we're going to be using is the square, and hold shift, drag over, and light all them up. Hold shift again. Oh, oh, sorry, I held control by mistake. Hold shift, and it will highlight the rest of them. And just go around it and make sure you've got all of them highlighted. And then what we're going to do is we're going to click on the scale tool, and we're going to be raising that scale tool pretty high up to give us that bullet looking effect, like that. And then what we're going to be doing now is we're going to go down here to the bottom of the bullet here, and we're going to be clicking on the faces tab here, and go back up to our rectangle and go across the whole lot and hit delete, and go across again and hit delete again, and just keep doing it until you've got it all highlighted and deleted. We just want to take the bottom away from the object, and still take, because the only thing about Cinema 4D is that it's very temperamental when it comes to editing. It can be quite time consuming as well as annoying, but once you get the hang of it, it just becomes a second nature. Just like After Effects and Sony Vegas and things, it's really just about practice. Um, and that's all it is. Like, people might think it's very complex, but I would find After Effects to be more complex than Cinema 4D. So that's something for you to think about. Um, okay, and for to rescale it and all that other stuff, make sure it's clicked on the arrows with the wee triangle tool. That allows you to manipulate it. And what we're going to do is we're going to basically shrink it a little bit, so you've got that sort of effect. Whoa, there's a vertice sort of gone wrong here. Let me see. And there you go. That's how easy that is to be fixed. Vertices can go quite temperamental as well, just like every other 3D program. Okay, and then you've got this. So that's your bullet. That's the luminous part of the bullet. And now we're going to be creating the shell. So I'm going to go over here and we're going to click cylinder. And we're going to be decreasing the radius of the cylinder to match our bullet. And we'll decrease the height. And we'll just make the height go to about here. That seems to be quite nice. And then we'll want to increase the segments to 2. This is going to give us our wee holes around the cylinder to sort of show our luminous a bit better. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this an editable object, and we're going to be clicking our vertices tab again, and we're going to be clicking our square highlighting tool, hold shift, and highlight all them vertices. Go around the other side and do the same. Make sure they're all highlighted. And we'll just drag them up like that. Very simple. And we'll scale them in a bit. And that's that. And what we're going to do now is we're going to start removing faces from the object. What I work with is remove 3 faces, move 3 faces. Alright, we'll see. We'll start off. So we'll click this one, and this one, and we'll hit delete. Move around. And we'll click on our 3 faces. So it's this one, and this one, and hit delete. Now move around our 3 spaces. You get the idea. And hit delete. Now 3 spaces. Hit delete. And another 3 spaces. See, the thing about modeling is it is time consuming and it does take quite a long time to get things perfect. So bear with me. It's the reason why I was sort of back. Like I didn't really want to make a tutorial on this because for the simple reason is it might be quite a long tutorial and I don't want you guys getting bored. So, but hopefully you benefit from this. I'm really showing you quite a lot within just trying to make one bullet, and you can take that and you can go wherever you have to. Okay, so that's our kind of our shell, but we're sort of missing the bottom and trying to make it look like a bullet. So what we'll do is we'll rotate the camera to face the bullet, or to face the bottom of the bullet, and we'll keep on our faces tab and we'll highlight. Oh, sorry. We'll click up here and we'll go and hit the wee arrow with the circle tool. That allows you to hold shift and rotate around. And we'll hit right click and hit extrude. That allows you to extrude polygons from a polygon and hit apply. And that creates another verticide of vertices. And what we're going to do now is we're going to scale these in. Okay, and we'll hit extrude again. And we'll apply. And we'll right click and and we'll just drag that a little bit down. And hit extrude again. Oh, it's not working for me. Fail. Okay. And we'll just go back in here. So what we're going to do is just going to highlight the rest of these circles here. Right click, extrude, and hit apply. Just make sure it's sort of the right size. And we'll scale this out like that. And we'll right click and hit extrude again. And we'll hit, just need to make sure it's perfect. Hit apply again. And that's the bottom of our bullet. Looks pretty cool, huh? Okay, and that's the main shape of our bullet. That is what we were looking for. All we got to do now is recolor it and trying to get the lighting right to look nice. So that's basically the modeling part of things. Really all you need to worry about is your vertices, and these are edges, which you can cut off edges, but it kind of means that you can cut off vertices, like segments within the polygon. So if you want to just keep on the vertices and these, and just make sure your segments are right before you start modeling, because trying to cut your segments is really tedious and boring and really annoying. So just make sure you try and keep things your idea in your head before you start. And I found that the best way, like if you can't model it in Cinema 4D, which means like if you have to start using like these here splices or whatever you call them, you're best using Photoshop, creating your object in Photoshop and bringing it in here and extruding it in here into a square object, and then you can manipulate the segments and stuff and make it, because I found that before I started using Photoshop for Cinema 4D, it was so hard and so complicated, and I just did not want to use it. But if you use Photoshop for the real hard tasks, you will not fail in any way of sort. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a new material. Go up here to color. We're going to make this color blue, obviously. We're going to hit reflection, we'll hit texture, and we'll go to Vernisal. And just bring that down to about halfway. Down here to Spengler, or Spectac. I don't know how to say it, just click this one. And go to Metal. And that will darken your image, but also bring this up a bit. And go down here to Glow. And we'll click our Glow. And we'll bring down the inner strength to about 30. And the outer strength down to about 90. So you just got that wee bit of a glow. Maybe a little bit better. So about 100 maybe. Maybe 110. So about 110, that allows to get a nice wee bit of a glow. And we'll go here to Bump. And we'll hit our texture. And go to Surfaces. And click Metal. And just move that up a wee bit. And if we drag this onto here. And we render it out. You see what this looks like. You see what we're getting here, like a metal sort of blue, and you can make that as light as you want, so the color is really just what you're worrying about. So if you want to make the color lighter and make the, let me see, the bump lighter color as well, so you can really play around with these materials. It's really just about experiment. I still don't know everything I need to know about materials, but I'll get there someday. Hopefully this is a bit better. You see? That is super nice, and what we're going to do now is work on the casing. So what we're going to do is in Grayscale Gorilla's pack, we've got quite a lot of stuff like resources and materials with a nice glossy metal colors, which is really quite nice. So like a metal simple blue is nice. You can really play around with this. You don't actually have to copy the Underworld one. People have this idea of copying. But I enjoy just manipulating things simple and trying to make them a little bit different than everyone else's. And means you stand out a bit more. Like that's nice, but maybe something a little bit more silver would be nicer. Like an ironized metal. You really need to get this pack. It's so worth it if you want to work in Cinema 4D. You don't want to work in Cinema 4D without it. It's a waste of time, because you've got so much like HDRIs and things that you want to use and that you necessarily can't use and things. Like there's so much stuff. Yeah, so I'm gonna stop it there, because you can play around with the materials. That's just the modeling aspect of things done, and you can use other lights and things as well to sort of spice it up a bit. You can really go all out, or you can extrude like particles here and make this larger, so it seems as if there's more shadow and stuff. There's so much stuff you can do. I will be making future tutorials. If you like this, and commenting below and let me know what you thought. And thanks guys, thanks for watching. And my name is Sean, and goodbye.